Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. He's a dentist who tells jokes, and yes, he's great at both. Today's guest is Abs Ali. He hit the stand-up comedy stage at just 17, and today he's using comedy to talk about mental health in a way that's raw, real, and will make you laugh. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. It's too early for me usually. I mean,
Raw answers only.
Raw
what do you
answers.
think of Labubus?
They're cute. I just don't understand the hype. As a dentist, I like that they got their teeth out. But I don't know. I wouldn't own one. I saw you guys were giving out some.
There's so much hype around them.
Yeah. I mean, as a business, as an Emirati entrepreneur, how much money can we make out of this?
Would you invest in Labubus?
Right now, yeah, but then I'm waiting for the. I'm 10 steps ahead. I'm thinking about the next Labubu. You are here. I'm 6 months ahead.
I'm already there.
You say Emirati entrepreneur. Can you? And we mentioned you're a dentist and a stand-up.
Yeah.
Can you give people a roundup of like everything, just in case we've missed something?
No, I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't want anyone to. Don't take any financial advice from me. I'm not the person. I have 2 jobs to finance my Emirati lifestyle, so that's why I'm doing stand-up and dentistry. But I would advise you to buy Labubu for your partner's birthday. That's all I can advise you to do.
Buy gold or Labubus?
And gold is a good investment strategy, but don't take any advice from me.
Get both as gifts, maybe.
both.
Yeah, get a Labubu dressed in gold to make it
That's a
unique,
smart
right?
one.
Do you guys have Labubus or? No?
Sadly, no.
Wow.
But I am, and I'm really influenced by that buying boxing craze.
Okay.
So I try other things.
See, I feel bad because if I bought a Labubu, I would want to preserve its Labubu-ness in the box.
Labubuness?
Yeah.
You would keep it in the box?
I feel like it's like you can't just expose your Labubu to anyone, right? It feels like a rare.
I feel it,
It feels like that's not what I meant, but it's such a rare. It feels like a rare commodity to me. Like, are they always sold out? I haven't followed. Okay,
They're
You
really
need to
hard to get your hands on, but
Right?
people are putting them on there. They're like a status symbol. So first you have your Birkin, and then you add your Labubu.
Yeah, to me it was like
I need
back
to
in my
get-
day it was Pokemon cards, and then right.
This is what I was
You were
saying.
saying the same thing, yeah. So to me it was Pokemon cards. Now it's Labubu.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, it's like it was NFTs at one point. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
Someone should do a Labubu NFT. That's an investment advice.
Someone who spent a lot of money on NFTs should talk to us because I just feel like they've just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many Emirati stand-ups we've ever had on this show.
I don't
Yeah,
know
there are
either.
very few.
Yeah.
You're very rare.
We mysteriously disappear under circumstances. No.
How did you get into it at 17 years old?
So when I was, any of you born and raised in Dubai? No, none of it. So
I was raised in Dubai, but I wasn't born here.
which school did you go to?
It was in Sharjah, though, would you know?
Yeah, I would. Sharjah American or?
And Sharjah American International
Yeah, I
School.
knew it. There's only
How did he know?
anyone. Okay, so anyone who was in Sharjah went to Sharjah American School. Anyone who was born in Abu Dhabi was born in Corniche Hospital. Anyone who was born in Dubai went to like 5 schools in the 90s, and then now obviously there's a lot of gems everywhere.
I came here as an Irish teacher. Where did I teach?
You taught in probably Abu Dhabi first.
Yes.
Khalifa City. I'm a mentalist. I can.
Khalifa City.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm trying to think. I can't get that. I'm still new. I work in Abu Dhabi, so I've only been there for 7 years. So I'm still learning these things. I love learning about different nuances. But comedy, I watched the stand. So when we were growing up, we had these things called network cafes where you'd play like Counter-Strike or video games. And then I was bored one day and I was they had a section called comedy. I'm like, what is this? Could be like a comedy movie. And I watched Dave Chappelle Killing Them Softly, his special, and that was the first exposure to stand-up. And I was like, oh, people can do this. Great, because I look like Harry Potter, and I'm the quiet guy in class, and I'm not that popular, and I like to tell jokes, so maybe one day I could do this. And then 2 years later, my current manager, Jamil Abu Warda, brought The Axis of Evil, which is a comedy group from America with Middle Eastern background. So Maz Jabrani, Aaron Kader, Ahmed. And they did a tour around the Middle East, and that was the first proper exposure to the Middle East with stand-up. So I got to do like 2 minutes in AUD, like randomly. It wasn't even planned, because I just met Maz in the bathroom, and you have to be a student. So I met Maz in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm a big fan. Can I please get on stage, please? This is my dream. I've been dreaming about it. He's like, yeah, just yell out my name. And then I, like, opportunity, what is that saying? Opportunity is luck meets, I probably messed this up, none of you guys. You're a teacher, help me please.
I know where you're getting at. Like luck meets grabbing it.
Yeah.
Grabbing it,
Yeah, there's so they intertwined and I was lucky enough. That was my first experience.
Can you remember your
Do you
first
remember your
joke?
first experience?
when you
I
were
remember
on
my,
stage?
but they were like dumb jokes. Like I would do a Kermit the Frog impersonation, something about people being bankrupt from buying Starbucks because everyone's like complaining they don't have money.
Can we hear one night now?
You want to hear Kermit the Frog here? I'm here in Lovin Dubai and it's fantastic. No Miss Piggy because she's haram. And yeah, that's all I got. Yeah. I didn't really work on it much, guys. So.
Oh my gosh! So you went on stage because they say stand-up takes, like preparation, practice. Like how much preparation, practice would you put into a stand-up now?
Now, I mean, some of the jokes I've written, like I've got them memory, like, and I'm a very specific person. Like if I write my jokes, I'll write pause here, excitedly, exclamation, like I put punctuations and everything, and like to the T, because I'm very specific with that. A lot of stand-up comedians are like that. They carefully choose their words. People don't realize that stand-up comedians are critical thinkers. It's not just observing stuff. But But a lot of the time I do crowd work. Like the beginning is nice to do crowd work. Everyone's like, you have to state the obvious, right? Like if someone's dressed up in a funny way, you go, oh, I love this. Or if someone's got a labubu. They're like, who brought their labubu to a comedy show, I'm worried one day someone marries these things. You know what I mean? Like there's always these...
Definitely already happened.
They're going to put an AI inside its head.
Yeah.
I'm going to see in Lovin Dubai, like next, it's like, person in Japan marries labubu. I'm like, of course it's in Japan, But there's a lot of preparation involved, and then there's a lot of things where you're just like naturally good at,
Do you share your personal experiences in your skits, or usually they're just scripted?
So online, I don't do the personal stuff, like the sketches, so the mock podcasts that we do with other local comedians. That's not personal, that's just a sketch. So like Key and Peele or the Chappelle Show. But on stage, recently I have, like, I'm very pro mental health. Not that I want you to have mental health issues. I'm pro breaking the stigma. Yeah, I'm not like, hey, you should have depression. But breaking the stigma, because I've suffered with that. I've had like depression and anxiety. Sorry to do a buzzkill in the morning. But I like to talk about it because comedy is the nicest way to tell the truth, I think. Also, like, people who may have like relationship issues, like I was married once and then it wasn't a great marriage, but don't want to bring the room down, guys. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff is not that. It's a lot of the stuff is like observations about growing up in Dubai, how Dubai has changed. I like to tell people, like people who came here before 2008, I consider them BBK. So do you know what that is?
What's BBK?
It's before Burj Khalifa. And then people after.
Oh, we watched the construction.
I love that.
Yeah.
BBK.
Yeah, you know how like in the West they have BC and AD? We have BBK. BBK and ABK.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I like to mention, like things change, and there's phases here, right? Like the amount of the different nationalities. BBK, we had one, we weren't that diverse. We only had British people. ABK, the gene pool increased. So... Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You've got two careers, and one would be traditional, and one would be less traditional. What were your family's thoughts on you joining comedy?
My mom was very supportive. So I was raised by a single mom, and she was very supportive. She was like, son, as long as you get a degree, you can do whatever you want. So now, and sometimes she gets annoyed by these things. Like at home, I'm always joking, and she's like, stop being a clown. I'm like, doctor. And she's like, oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because I don't know if you know, in the Middle Eastern families, it's like someone has to be a doctor, a lawyer, engineer.
Muhandis.
Yes, muhandis. My brother became the engineer, but my mom really pushed him to be a doctor. He didn't, so I'm like, I will take the mental for it. I will take the bullet.
Oh my gosh.
And then, and I enjoy my job. Don't get me wrong. I like dentistry, but it really, it helps close certain doors that I don't want to go into, and comedy helps open doors that I'd like to get into. So it's nice. And my mom's a funny person. I consider my mom the first Emirati stand-up comedian, but we've been on stage together a few times, but she's like, I don't know why people laugh. It's not that funny. And I'm like, no, you're hilarious. Like, We should do a show, sell it to Netflix.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Oh,
it's the new Labubu craze. Yeah. I would love to bring one of those ones and just see her roast the Labubu. She's like, what is this trash? So,
Oh, that would be funny.
yeah.
So, have you ever received backlash for anything you posted online, a skit or a post or?
No, alhamdulillah, like I've been fine. I think online we try to be very clean. There's always one person who might be offended about something silly. I'm sure, like, and I don't know who these people are. I personally believe they're just random
Trolls.
wandering, trolls or just a wandering stranger, you know? It's like when you see something in a mall, you're just like, what's going on? You don't know the full picture. And you don't even finish the video, you leave a comment and then you carry on. Because everyone's like swiping mindlessly. So alhamdulillah, I haven't been in any issues and I've been doing stand-up for like almost 15 years.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, but the online stuff is when everyone kind of focuses on you and we keep it halal.
But halal, as you said on the internet, though, it's like no matter what you think is okay, there's always going to be those people who have an opinion on your work. And I always think it's so difficult for people to put their work out to the masses. So if you're a dentist, you're in your dentistry room, and you know the work happens, and then it's between two people. But you're actually putting your creativity out online. And you said that when you grew up, you were the quiet person in school, you were the shy person in school. So how did you build the confidence to be able to put your work out there to the public court of opinion?
Thankfully, I grew up in a neighborhood. So I grew up in Murdif, and it was still like developing at the time. And I got to hang out with a lot of boys, and we played football. And in that situation, you kind of have to stand up for yourself. So when you're doing stand-up, you're also standing up for yourself. You're like, I will sit on this hill and die on it. You know, some people have that mentality like, no, wait a second, let me explain myself. So, and also maturing and studying abroad. Like I lived in New Zealand for like 9 years. You know, that was like a core development in my life. I was 17 till 26. You know, I got exposed to another culture and lifestyle, and you meet people from all over the world, right, with different backgrounds. So, sorry, ADD kicked in. What was your question?
Well, no, I feel like you're getting, because I had asked if you were the quiet person in school, so how you grew in confidence to be able to put your work out there in comedy.
Yeah, passion. Passion is like, it's my dream. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys are following your dreams or if you've ever followed your dreams. I hope you have the opportunity. But I knew at 15, like, I wanted to do stand-up. I knew at 15 I wanted to be a dentist. Alhamdulillah, I was like lucky. I know other people at 15, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. But, you know, thankfully, again, opportunity is luck and timing and whatever. It just happened. And I'm blessed. I'm really blessed, and I count my blessings. And I'm happy I get to do this, because if I don't, you know, I'm disrespecting myself and maybe someone else's dream, you know. They always say that online quote, it's like you're living someone's dream right now.
Yeah, true.
And
inspiring someone online as well, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to inspire other people. You know, I wish there were more Emirati stand-up comedians, especially females. You know, that's what we're lacking. You know, we've had a few, they come and go, but they don't stay. And I understand maybe the stigma's a bit more on them. And thankfully, I have a supportive family. Like, I can do what I do. Yeah, and because I'm doctor.
You have that title.
Yeah.
You're well set. So you recently done a show in Hong Kong to promote Arab tourism.
Yeah.
But what is the most Arab thing you've done at a non-Arab country?
I wore a kandora walking around Hong Kong. It was, we wore the full headgear, everything. Everyone was like looking. But they were really nice. They were really nice people. I was supposed to play a character of like a rich Arab guy going around Hong Kong, and then at the end we exposed that I'm not that rich. The guy kept calling me Oil King, and then I just showed him olive oil. We like olive oil, very nice. That was probably the most Arab thing I've done abroad. But they were nice, you know. I wouldn't do that in other parts of the world. I'd be tackled. Yeah. But the people in Hong Kong were really nice. So, yeah.
Okay.
What are the opportunities like for comedians in the UAE right now? How would you describe the comedy scene?
It's better. It's much better than when I started in 2008, 2007. Because when we first started, there were like a lot of rules and restrictions. And now there's less restrictions, and the big corporations, I think they're quite supportive. Social media really helped. The only issue I have with social media, as much as it's helped my career, is that there are really good comedians out there in the region, but they're just not good online with like doing sketches, you know what I mean? They're great writers, they're hilarious, they're amazing to watch live. They just haven't had that opportunity to go mainstream. So yeah, like alhamdulillah, like I got to do Coca-Cola Arena, I got to do Etihad Arena.
Wow.
I was with Bassem Youssef and Maz Jibrani last year for the comedy festival. And yeah, so for me at least, I've had the opportunities, but some people might say Emiratization. But let's not.
Oh,
it's not bad. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Every podcast must feature.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, guys. I'm actually taking over their jobs in Lovin Dubai.
Someone's saying olive oil is really good.
Which one?
I agree. Olive oil is so good, you know?
Olive oil is good.
Is it local here? You make it local?
No, we don't. We import. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of places. Not in Ireland.
No, not in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys got the butter.
We have
Kerry's
butter.
Kerrygold.
Yes.
Yeah.
They sell that here. Good milk, good meat.
Yeah. No, Supermax, was it?
Super nice. Irish people get it. It's like a really strong chipper, but like only at like 2 a.m.
I like how you assumed we know what a chipper was. It's like fish and chips, but like a fast food joint.
Okay.
A fast food joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fish and chips place, but yeah, I like Ireland. It's a nice place. Nice people.
Thank
I feel
you.
so uncultured, but...
Yeah. I also love the accent sometimes. You know? I told you 33 times on a Thursday. I know that's not the proper Irish accent.
I think your accent's better than mine.
Oh, thanks a lot. To be sure. Imagine I was in full headgear, just walking around like in Kendora, just be like, Kona Satatu, how are you? They're like, what is he AI? What's he saying? Like,
If you came in with the Irish, I think people would be super impressed.
Yeah.
I hope you would be welcomed.
yeah, no, I've been to Ireland. It's beautiful. Beautiful country. Love it. The weather too cold, but it reminds me a bit of New Zealand. I would say, yeah.
But we don't have the same, like New Zealand gets the winter. We don't have like the really cold, we just have rain.
Yeah.
364 days a year.
Look, the Irish people love them. They're really nice people, and like they're very like. I'm glad. You know what's interesting though? I will tell you. I'm glad they're inspiring the youth and teaching the youth. But I've yet to see kids come out of school with an Irish accent. Like I've never seen an Arab kid like, Mama, Mama, can I please have some biryani? I'd love to have. They're always like, Miss, what this? What happened? I'm like, 6 years you've been to a private school. Where's your Irish accent, boy?
Thank you. That's so true. Yeah. Sometimes American because they watch a lot of TV, but never Irish.
We all watch the TV. Yeah.
You may have liked me until this point, but we're going to put you on the spot with a game.
Go ahead. I love games.
Okay, we'll play 2, I think.
Yeah.
Masa's like, yeah. I just want my labubu.
I wish I can have one.
Levaz is ready to run. So it's called Firsts with Abs Ali. So we're going to say, we're going to say a topic, and you have to tell us what your first was.
Okay.
And then we'll jump in.
We'll give some answers.
Okay.
Okay. First comedy show.
AUD 2007. Yeah. For me or for you guys? I don't know. I was like, I just answered. When's your first comedy show?
You know?
Tomorrow.
2007, I was in uni, and that was the time that I started going to stand-up in Dublin, and I would go to small, little, tiny venues, and it was their first time stand-ups, and they were so good.
We didn't even have
good.
tiny venues, you lucky Irish people, I tell you.
Yeah.
I was just entering uni at that time. So I did the show, and then like a couple of weeks later, I had to fly to New Zealand. So I was like, okay, we'll put this dream on hold. But I hope to see your first comedy shows soon, ladies.
I'm talking about attendance. First paycheck.
First
And how much was
paycheck. Wow, this one I remember. 2005, I was doing like a summer internship at the Dubai courts in the Treasury Department. It was like 15. I made like 2,000 dirhams in 2 months, and that was a lot of money for a kid.
Wow, bravo.
Yeah, thank you so much.
At 15.
Yeah, my mom didn't enjoy dropping me to the courts. She's like, I'm on holiday. She was a teacher as well. She's like, I'm on holiday and I have to drop you to make. I'll just give you the money. I'm like, I want to work. So, yeah.
Good ethic.
First big purchase.
First big purchase, I would say a car. I bought my own car at 20 in Dubai and the UAE at 26 because I was living abroad. I'm not going to count that one. So I bought a Nissan Altima. what I like to call the Nissan Patrol Mini, because, you know, I want to fit the stereotype. I kept the plastic on the seats until I sold the car.
Wow.
They keep the value.
Seriously?
Yes. The whole car outside, very expensive. You crash it, no problem. But the plastic inside, very important.
What about in the summer? Would that not get super sticky?
It doesn't matter. I want the value. If you ever go to an Arab person's house, they'll put plastic on furniture or like remotes, but not the TV. The most expensive object. That's like you can scratch the TV. It doesn't matter. The couch. No, this is for guests only, and we have to keep plastic on it.
And the remotes have plastic?
Yeah, the remotes have plastic because God forbid you mess up the remote.
I want to know, Massa, what was your first big purchase?
Yeah.
It was shoes.
What shoes?
I bought it.
Louboutins.
No, it was Dior.
Dior? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What about?
I was, I think, 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel? Like you achieved something?
So I achieved like in a while, and I bought, this was my biggest purchase. Yeah, at 19.
It's a milestone.
No, it felt so good. Honestly, you can see my eyes sparkle while I'm looking at the shoes. Like, wow.
Do you still have the shoes?
I still have the shoes.
Amazing! And it's good you bought it at 19 because I think if you buy something expensive, like I see these kids with Yeezys, I'm like, you're gonna grow out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy this
I
expensive
bought a
thing.
statement piece.
Yeah.
So true.
Buy
Yeah.
something that will fit you for you know the rest of your
Exactly. I
life.
still wear it till this
Yeah.
day. I take good care of it.
Good
because-
investment.
Yeah.
Wait until your feet are grown, top tip of the day, and then buy your fancy shoes.
You heard it from the
Well, I
entrepreneurs.
was proud of myself.
I feel like this is Shark Tank right now. What about you? What was your first?
Well, my first big purchase, or I guess I bought a car here.
Okay.
Okay.
When was that?
With my own money. It was 26,000 dirham.
Okay.
It was about 5-6 years ago. It was a Pajero, a two-door Pajero.
Wow.
And
You
then
really
I-
embraced the culture with the 4x4.
I loved it.
I love the desert.
And then I lost it in the floods.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No
the whole
way.
thing. There was a wadi, there was a flash flood, and my
Yeah.
car just.
Wow.
But I had it for like 4 or 5 years, and it never broke down. Pajero is also a top tip if you want a car that just will last forever.
Yeah,
It had like 200,000 miles on it.
Amazing. Yeah, well, you know, the one weakness it had was getting flooded. It's like,
What an end, though.
yeah, no, that's quite iconic, I'm going to say. It's like Titanic, it's just floating away. You're like, Jack.
That was so funny, honestly. Sorry, I know it was tragic. But
You have a car now, right? Or-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
new
God.
I upgraded. I have a
great.
Jeep.
Oh, nice.
We've gone way over time. So we have got time for one more.
Okay.
First celebrity or influencer you were ever starstruck by?
Ooh. I would say the Axis of Evil guys, because to me, I watched them live in Dubai when they first toured, and just meeting them, and I'm like, oh, they're like me. I mean, they're in America, but they're Arabs or Middle Eastern, and they're doing comedy. And at that time, they were just kind of starting touring the world. So I'm like, oh, it can be done. It's not just, you know, African Americans or white people or other, you know, people that don't look like me that can do it. So to me, that was an iconic moment for me.
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
Indeed.
That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. It's been so lovely chatting to you. I feel like there's like an ASMR quality to your voice. I could just sit here.
Maybe we should go to one of your shows.
Yeah, please do. I would love it if you guys come.
When is the next show? And also,
Yeah.
anyone watching, how could they find you, follow you, and join the next show?
Tomorrow I have a show at Arabian Ranches at 8 p.m. Arabian Ranches Golf course. I should have really looked this up. It's at 8 p.m.
It's your show, right?
Yeah, you could check. You could check my Instagram, Abs Ali Comedy, so ABZ or ABZ, Ali Comedy, and that's where I post all my upcoming shows and my sketches. But yeah, I'll post about the show tomorrow. Please come. And you guys are invited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you for joining the show today. You said it's early for you, so we appreciate your time.
No, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Massa.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show on this Tuesday morning. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.